The battle begins. So Vlad the Impaler runs away from the cornucopia. New Cruelty rips a mace out of Greenspan's hands. Backlash clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Sweet Revenge runs into the cornucopia and hides. Tazbot throws a knife into Frenzy's chest. Bronco accidentally steps on a landmine. 2 deaths already. Frick. American Justice runs away from the cornucopia. Hazard runs away from the cornucopia. Overkill runs away from the cornucopia. Toro takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Steel Rain clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Voltronic runs away from the cornucopia. Biohazard runs away from the cornucopia. Tombstone runs away from the cornucopia. Nightmare and Rex fight for a bag. Rex gives up and retreats. The Mauler grabs a jar of fishing bait while Razor gets fishing gear. Mo runs away from the cornucopia. Minion strangles Sanawayachi with a rope. Ziggo runs away from the cornucopia. Razor is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Ziggo searches for firewood. Minion begs for Rex to kill him. She refuses, keeping Minion alive. Vlad the Impaler thinks about home. Voltronic practices his archery. Overkill is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Biohazard, the Mauler, Greenspan, Tombstone, and Steel Rain hunt for other tributes. Backlash constructs a shack. Sweet Revenge goes hunting. Tazbot sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Nightmare hunts for other tributes. New Cruelty overpowers American Justice, killing him. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. Mo, Toro, and Hazard hunt for other tributes. You know, I always talked about this. 4 cannon shots. Wow, that's a lot of deaths. Frenzy, Team 8. Bronco, Team 9. Sanawayachi, Team 3. American Justice, Team 1. And Minion convinces Vlad the Impaler to snuggle with him. Nightmare begs for Sweet Revenge to kill him. She reluctantly obliges, killing Nightmare. Why would you beg for someone to kill you? Overkill thinks about winning. Voltronic defeats Rex in a fight, but spares her life. The Steel Rain goes to sleep. Biohazard, Tombstone, Razor, and Backlash sleep in shifts. Hazard climbs a tree to rest. Ziggo questions his sanity. The Mauler quietly hums. Toro convinces New Cruelty to snuggle with them. Mo receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Greenspan goes to sleep. Tazbot receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Biohazard, Voltronic, Sweet Revenge. Tazbot constructs a shack. Biohazard, Voltronic, Sweet Revenge, Vlad the Impaler, and Rex hunt for other tributes. Backlash overhears Steel Rain and Toro talking in the distance. Overkill fishes. Tombstone, Minion, and Hazard hunt for other tributes. Greenspan receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Mo sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. New Cruelty chases the Mauler. Razor discovers a cave. Ziggo camouflages himself in the bushes. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Nightmare, Team 4. Rex screams for help. Hazard, Backlash, Steel Rain get into a fight. Backlash triumphantly kills them both. Last year's champion kills him again. Wow. Minion passes out from exhaustion. Is that death? I think that's death. No, it's not death. Toro cooks his food before putting his fire out. Sweet Revenge destroys Voltronic supplies while he is asleep. Ziggo, the Mauler, Overkill, and Razor sleep in shifts. Greenspan cries himself to sleep. Tazbot goes to sleep. Biohazard sees a fire but stays hidden. Is American Justice on fire? I think he might be. Mo receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Tombstone tends to New Cruelty's wounds. Vlad the Impaler thinks about winning. Go Vlad! Go Vlad! You can win this whole thing! You can do it! Ziggo explores the arena. Tazbot constructs a shack. The Mauler camouflages himself in the bushes. Voltronic defeats New Cruelty in a fight, but spares his life. Razor diverts Minion's attention and runs away. Tombstone diverts Backlash's attention and runs away. Biohazard, Greenspan, Overkill, and Rex raid Vlad the Impaler's camp while he is hunting. Sweet Revenge and Toro work together for the day. Mo tries to sleep through the entire day. Okay, 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Hazard Team 2, Steel Rain Team 4. The Mauler, Ziggo, and Mo cheerfully sing songs together. Tazbot and Backlash huddle for warmth. Voltronic climbs a tree to rest. Vlad the Impaler, Razor, and Toro sleep in shifts. Sweet Revenge, Tombstone, and Greenspan sleep in shifts. Biohazard receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Minion tends to New Cruelty's wounds. Overkill defeats Rex in a fight but spares her life. So no one died that time. Voltronic, Tazbot, Rex, and Minion raid Biohazard's camp while he is hunting. Vlad the Impaler sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. 8. Greenspan thinks about home. Tombstone practices his archery. Sweet Revenge constructs a shack. Overkill picks flowers. New Cruelty chases Mo. Toro dies of dysentery. He dies of pooping until he croaks. Do robots even poop? I have no idea, but he died of dysentery. The Mauler receives medical supplies for the unknown sponsor. Ziggo explores the arena. Razor sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Backlash makes a wooden spear. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Toro Team 11. Rip Toro and Inertia Labs. Minion cries himself to sleep. Backlash cooks his food before putting his fire out. New Cruelty convinces Vlad the Impaler to snuggle with him. Ziggo begs for Greenspan to kill him. He refuses, keeping Ziggo alive. Mauler is awoken by nightmares. Biohazard tries to treat his infection. Rex cries herself to sleep. Razor loses sight of where he is. Mo is awoken by Nightmare, Backlash, and the whole Team Nightmare group. Except Nightmare's a ghost now, because he died, because he begged for Sweet Revenge to kill him. Tazbot receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Sweet Revenge shoots an arrow at Overkill, but misses and kills Voltronic instead. Tombstone tries to treat his infection. New Cruelty and Rex hunt for other tributes. Biohazard kills Sweet Revenge while she is resting. Revenge, baby! Yeah! The Mauler questions his sanity. Tazbot and Vlad the Impaler hunt for other tributes. Minion explores the arena. Greenspan discovers a river. Backlash travels to higher ground. Mo receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Overkill travels to higher ground. Razor searches for a water source. And Ziggo attempts to climb a tree but falls to his death. Wow, what a way to go. Climbing the tree but falling to your death. The remaining tributes begin to hallucinate. Minion eats a scorpion, thinking it is a delicate dessert. I think that's death. Razor survives. Mo drowns Backlash, who he thought was a shark trying to eat him. Wow! Oh my gosh! Backlash, last time's champion, is dead. Wow, what a turn of events. Tazbot survives. Overkill hugs a Tracker Jacker next, believing it to be a pillow. Greenspan survives. Tombstone survives. Rex mistakes Biohazard for a bear and kills him. Oh man, wow. Dying from Rex's spinner. New Cruelty survives. Vlad the Impaler hugs a Tracker Jacker nest, believing it to be a pillow. The Mauler survives. Of course he'd survive. 8 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Voltronic, Sweet Revenge, Ziggo, Minion, Backlash, Overkill, Biohazard, and Vlad the Impaler. 8 people died. Razor, Rex, and Mo start fighting, but Rex runs away as Razor kills Mo. Dying from Razor's crusher is the most gruesome death to a robot. Tazbot questions his sanity. Greenspan, Tombstone, and the Mauler cheerfully sing songs together. New Cruelty looks at the night sky. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families. Tombstone falls into a pit and dies. Rex falls into a pit and dies. Tazbot decides not to go to the feast. Greenspan decides not to go to the feast. New Cruelty destroys the Mauler's memoirs out of spite. And Razor decides not to go to the feast. Razor thinks about home. Greenspan and Tazbot they split up to search for resources. New Cruelty sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate the Mauler fishes. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Mo, Team 11, Tombstone, Team 9, Rex, Team 5. Greenspan, the Mauler, and Razor cheerfully sing songs together. Tazbot receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor, and New Cruelty loses sight of where he is. Tazbot chases Razor. Greenspan receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. New Cruelty runs away from the Mauler. No cannon shots. New Cruelty starts a fire. Tazbot and the Mauler talk about the tribute still alive. Greenspan and Razor huddle for warmth. Razor, Greenspan, New Cruelty, and the Mauler raid Tazbot's camp while he is hunting. Tazbot's gonna die. I know it. No cannon shots. But I think Tazbot will die. Greenspan quietly hums. Tazbot passes out from exhaustion. The Mauler attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. New Cruelty questions his sanity. Razor receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. The Mauler, Razor, Greenspan, and Tazbot raid New Cruelty's camp while he is hunting. Nobody died. New Cruelty, Greenspan, and Tazbot sleep in shifts. The Mauler and Razor talk about the tributes still alive. Tazbot and New Cruelty split up to search for resources. The Mauler and Razor split up to search for resources. Oh my god! No! Greenspan cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Oh my gosh! No! One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Greenspan, Team 5. Razor passes out from exhaustion. No! I was rooting for Razor. New Cruelty and Tazbot talk about the tribute still alive. The Mauler attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Razor chases the Mauler. New Cruelty picks flowers. Tazbot discovers a river. Nobody died. Tazbot sets up camp for the night. The Mauler attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Apparently New Cruelty has no shelter, so Razor lets New Cruelty into his shelter. Okay, then. Tazbot diverts Razor's attention and runs away. New Cruelty questions his sanity. The Mauler discovers a cave. Nobody has died. New Cruelty bleeds out due to untreated injuries. The Mauler silently snaps Tazbot's neck. Wow, oh my gosh. And Razor bleeds out due to untreated injuries. That's it, it's all over. Oh my gosh. The Battlebots champion is the Mauler from Team 7. Congratulations to Mauler and South Bay Robo Warriors. These are the standings, and remember how Biohazard died? He was mistaken for a bear. Summary, okay, it's all over.